Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to do a video that I haven't done for a while, and it's a top 5 video. We've been hammered with reviews, which is a really good thing if you've missed some of those reviews. Had a lot of new figures come in, so go check those videos out on my YouTube channel. But today we're going to do a top 5, something I haven't done, again, in a while. And this is my top 5 figures I'm least likely to sell. And I won't say that I'll never sell, because I never say never. You guys know me. I kind of wheel and deal a little bit. Like, as seasons change, so do my collecting tastes and my choices in collecting. But also, because of funds and space, sometimes we have to let things go in order to keep bringing new things in. So I'm always kind of looking at my collection and deciding, what means the most to me, what can stay, and what could I live without. And I've come up with some figures that I'm like, I really don't think I could ever see myself selling. So again, these are the top 5 least likely that I'll ever sell. Starting with an honorable mention, I'm going to go with A New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is such an amazing figure that I don't ever see myself selling this one. However, never say never. I just think this is one of Hot Toys' best head sculpts that they've ever done. I think the head sculpt alone just gives this figure so much presence. And man, it's A New Hope. It's such a classic. It's got so much nostalgia. Maybe if they did a 2.0, if this head sculpt was improved, I'd maybe pick it up, and that's why this is an honorable mention. However, it's really hard for me to say that they'll get better than what they have now. All right, starting with number 5. This is possibly a little bit of a cop-out, but it's going to be my OT Troopers. And the reason why I say this is because Star Wars is the most important thing that I collect. It means the most to me. Batman is my favorite character to collect, but Star Wars is definitely my favorite IP. I love the world building. I love all of the OT stuff that comes with that as well. And I have Scout Troopers, I have Return of the Jedi Stormtroopers, I have the Snow Troopers, which I just got this year, and then I have the Sand Troopers as well. Very iconic looks in all of the troopers there in the OT. The reason why I don't see myself getting rid of these is because A, they're staples in the collection, and B, even if they 2.0 or reissue these figures, I don't see the improvements that they could really make, and that would push me to get the new ones and sell these figures. And for that reason, I don't see them ever leaving. Coming in at number 4 is a newer, partial figure that I've pieced together. It is the Batman Begins Batman, but it has the OT Customs head sculpt with the OT Customs cape. This figure is finally completed by myself. I had the Jackson cowl and cape for a while, and it was really good. Nothing wrong with that, but the OT is even better than that, and it's the best likeness to Batman Begins Christian Bale that we've gotten. Hot Toys tried many attempts at this figure, and they just could not get it right, and it was laughable. And now I feel like I have a figure that I am really set with, that I don't ever need to move on from, no matter what they do. And Hot Toys again and again just proves that they will not or cannot get these figures right when it comes to the Batman stuff. So I'm really happy with this. I don't ever see myself selling this figure because it is such an iconic piece, but it looks so damn good. Number 3 is going to be the Joker, the DX8, and there's a little bit of a caveat in here too. Well, I guess there isn't, because I'll get to why I won't sell this one. 1989 Batman means so much to me. It's second place to nostalgia factor to Star Wars. This was the first movie I saw in the theater. Batman 89, so iconic. I love everything about this movie. I think it's aged pretty well, actually. But the DX8, man, it is a figure. It's one of the last remaining grails that we really have in the hobby right now. People are calling for this figure to be 2.0, and I just don't know if it's going to happen. I just have a feeling it's something to do with Jack Nicholson's not wanting to really deal with the likeness, legal stuff. Like, he's too old right now. I've heard he's retired from everything, and he just doesn't want to deal with the legalities of giving his likeness and stuff like that. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but we have still yet to get a Jack Nicholson 2.0, and I just don't know if it's gonna ever get here. Now, if they ever did 2.0 this figure, I still wouldn't sell my DX8, and the reason is because, well, A, it looks so damn good too, but B, thanks to Mars Toys, I have the melting paint head sculpt and with, you know, the laughing features, and it just looks so cool. Again, the museum scene is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, you know, with Joker and then getting splashed in the face with water, and then Batman comes flying in, and, you know, we get to the Batmobile chase, and it's just so awesome to watch. So, man, for that reason, I will definitely have 2 1989 Jokers. I already do because I have the Mime Joker as well, but I'll have 2 of that look, and I'll just use the Mars Toys head sculpt, and then I would still get the new one. So, to me, I'm just not going to sell this figure. Let's stick with 1989 Batman, and we're going to go to the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. Yeah, one of the newer pieces in the collection. Huge vehicle. So much detail. The paint application is so nice. Jazz Inc. really went beyond what my expectations were, and man, this thing looks so good. Even the curvatures of the vehicle looks so accurate. Hot Toys did a really good job too, but I just don't think it stands up to the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. It is the most accurate 1/6 Batmobile we have to date, and I love it so much. It has so much presence, and again, it just reminds me of that movie. I think it's the best Batmobile I've ever seen, and it took me a lot to get this vehicle. Not only with the price tag, well, yeah, I guess it is all with the price tag. That price tag was huge, and it took a lot for me to be able to say, yeah, I'm going to save up, I'm going to get that, I'm going to make some sacrifices. And I just don't ever see me moving on from this piece because of the nostalgia factor, Batman being an awesome movie, but also just the sacrifices that I made to get this into the collection. All right, number 1 figure that I'm least likely to sell. Maybe you've guessed it. Did you? Well, you're going to find out. It's actually a Sideshow piece. It's the Sideshow Jabba the Hutt. Now, you could kind of switch number 1 and 2 because they're both like just attention grabbers when it comes to the collection. Like, people just gravitate towards Jabba, they gravitate towards the Batmobile, and these are just pieces that I gravitate to still when I walk down and take a look at the display. So the Jabba the Hutt, man, this is something I've wanted for a while, but I guess I never really put too much thought into it because I figured it was more of like a pipe dream than a reality. But then, you know, the dewback came, and, you know, I kind of got to talking with the guys on Wolfpack, and I'm like, you know, if I'm getting a big piece like this, I'd rather have Jabba the Hutt, something more iconic. And then I kind of started, like, you know, selling a couple things and saving some money, and, you know, keeping my eye on the secondary market for a Jabba the Hutt because he's been long sold out, and, you know, the price has kind of shot up a little bit too. So I was able to get lucky and find a Jabba the Hutt for a good price. Some things wrong with it, but nothing that I couldn't take care of. A little bit of paint here, a little bit of glue there, and it's as good as new. But I love this piece. Return of the Jedi was one of my favorite movies ever, like just growing up. Like, so much fun. Empire Strikes Back's the better movie, but this is the more fun film. And as a kid, it's just, there's so many characters to love, and Jabba the Hutt is one of them. And so much presence in the display, like I mentioned below. So much good detail in the figure as well, too. And you have swappable pieces. It's more like a statue, but, you know, I don't think Hot Toys will do this because I think the technicalities of doing a Jabba the Hutt figure are a little bit more difficult than, you know, say something else that they might do. So I think it's less likely that Hot Toys does. I don't think it's a 0% chance, but I think it's less likely that they'll do Jabba. And if they do, will they give us the whole, you know, throne as well? Like, I don't know. This is a big piece, and there's a lot of good stuff here. Sideshow did some really good stuff back in the day, so I'm excited for this figure. I don't think it'll ever leave. You know, if Hot Toys does it, you know, never say never, but at the same time, I'm just so satisfied with this one. So, man, that's my top 5. These are some really heavy hitters. We have the OT Troopers. We have the Batman Begins with the OT cowl, DX8 Joker, Jazz Inc. 1989 Batmobile, and of course, Return of the Jedi, Sideshow, Jabba the Hutt. Man, that's my list, and I'm sticking to it. Let me know in the comments below, what is your list? Maybe you don't sell any figures, and that's perfectly fine, but let me know your top 5, your top 3 of what you just would be the last thing that you would ever sell. I want to know what is the most important pieces of your collection. So let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.